It's the NFL on EA Sports.
And we've got Desmond Ridder. He comes in 5th in passing touchdowns so far.
It's the Bulls and the Tigers.
All that and more coming up next.
What better way to start off the afternoon than with some football, huh? It's time to get things started here on the NFL on EA Sports. Joined by a former NFL quarterback up in the booth, Mr. Brock Huard. I'm Kate Scott, and Brock, you can brag if you'd like to, because I know you had quite the big arm in your days with the Huskies and the Seahawks in Seattle. Well, we've got a couple of quarterbacks here who also know how to push that football down the field.
Yeah, you got a couple QBs who are going to keep these defenses honest today, because the moment they get greedy in coverage or get too aggressive in the pocket, either of these quarterbacks can drop a dime, drop a deep throw right over him for big yardage, and maybe 6.
Daniel Carlson ready to get us started. And we're off from San Antonio. Velus Jones now on the return. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. So out comes their offense for its first possession of the game. Leading them out in year 11. He's played 15 or more games every season in the league. A real Iron Man, Derek Carr.
One thing you can always trust about Carr is to give you a lot of games and a whole lot of numbers as a starter each and every season. He's just got a lightning quick release. I love watching him throw a football, but he's not gotten a lot of chances at postseason moments. In time, the time is not on his side.
A look at his numbers on the ground from last week here. Second down now, 7 to go. They go play action with Carr. He puts some power on a deep one left. And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball, incomplete. Just couldn't get it to Marvin Harrison Jr. there. And that means third down coming up. Blitz coming, Carr. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. Here's Jake Camarda to send it skyward on 4th down. They needed 3 punts out of him in last week's loss as he sends this away. And he gets his guys a few yards before they bring him down on the return. So here's their offense now to take over for the first time. Bringing him out, a 13-game starter last season and his second in the NFL. From Cincinnati, Desmond Ridder.
Kate, I know you get tired of hearing me say there's no substitute for experience, but it is totally true. Taking the reins of an NFL team as a young quarterback, you want the game to slow down, and the only way it slows down is to get more and more of these opportunities to go lead your team game in and game out.
Now here's a look at his production from last week and the part he played in his offense's victory. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. Opening carry for Devon Achane. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And it'll give him a first down. Now they'll throw out of the gun. He throws a bullet down the left sideline. And they can't connect on the deep look. Still a couple of snaps to play with, though, here. We've got 2nd down. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. That's complete. Cole Kmet. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Samuel comes in motion left. 3rd down from the gun. Has a man, it's Achane. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Just get this guy touches. I don't care how, I don't care when. Just find unique ways to get this running back the ball, and over time, he's going to make you pay.
Their opening drive continues. 1st and 10 now from the 39. Running with A-Chain out of the gun. And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some will set up that critical play action for later.
And he's touchdown. The Bulls have a great first drive and get the game's first points. So a touchdown on the board for them, Brock, as they start this game off a perfect 1-for-1 offensively.
Yeah, I'm going to call that scripting for success right there. Can't do it much better than that. And listen, when you script these first plays, you don't always know who the targets are going to be. It's really then relying upon what the defense is trying to take away. But they couldn't take away that big old tight end.
Daniel Carlson on for the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the Bulls will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Carlson all set now for the kickoff. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Their offense headed back out for its second drive of the contest. They didn't start the game off like they wanted, Brock. Still searching for that opening first down as they take the field a second time. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Carr here from the gun. That's too far in front, and it's not going to be caught. Marvin Harrison Jr., the intended target. And now they face second down. Back to the air. Carr. Falls to the ground out left, incomplete.
That's a very quick trigger, and the hurry throw was much tougher to complete. He may have rushed that one thinking the pressure was just about to get to him in the pocket.
They'll motion him out of the backfield left. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through to back them up ahead of 4th down.
Sometimes I wish everybody could feel what that feels like. When you're a QB and you just feel the air in the pocket getting sucked out and you know there's no escape, it can be just one heck of a deflating feeling. Not for that defense who puts a sack on the board.
On again comes Jake Camarda to punt this away. And some textbook work covering that punt. It is stopped after almost nothing on the return. The Bulls send a running back, Devon A-Chain, getting back to work. And midway through the season, you can see he's pacing the NFL running backs and receiving touchdowns. A real versatile player for them on offense. Back to throw now, it's Ritter. Escapes the pocket. He'll try and run this. And he slides down with enough to pick up that first. Big gainer here as he picks up 20. And they'll have first down. One play in, and this drive is already into enemy territory. A-Chain, a first down carry. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
Hey, range? Range is not an optional feature for middle linebackers in today's game. It's a prerequisite for the job. And this guy definitely has it. Followed that play from the start, and he ended it with a loss.
Off the play fake, he'll throw. He's on the move. Now here he goes. Given 15 yards on the pickup there. And that gives them the first.
When a play breaks down, every once in a while, you got to be able to make a play with your legs. His offense counts on that ability to evade pressure and occasionally make plays just like that one.
Here's A-Chain up the middle. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down. We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run in need of some attention. They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. Achane launches, and he's got it. Touchdown! The Bulls get another 6 to make this a 13-0 game. De'Von Achane with the touchdown. So, Brock, this offense looking sharp here in the first half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
Carlson's extra point is good. And the Bulls drive out to an early 14-0 lead. Carlson all set now for the kickoff. He fields it from the 8. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The offense getting set to go. And it's far from the first time we're seeing this unit head out, Brock. But what we haven't seen so far in this opening half, well, we haven't seen much in terms of yardage.
No, it's like they've written a few lyrics, but nowhere close to a song yet.
We'll start on the mound with Gibbs. And this one's brought to a halt at about the 36-yard line.
Even though that run did not net them a first down, I can promise you this, Kate. I promise you. I know how it works. They're going to circle that one. They're going to remember that one. And when they need some key yards on the ground, they'll come back to that call later.
Trying for the deep ball. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done. Incomplete. Marvin Harrison Jr., the intended target. So it's going to be 3rd and short coming up. Man in motion here. 3rd down run by Gibbs. And he's brought down for a loss. The rookie from Michigan there that time.
You felt that the second this play bounced to the outside, this defense responded. They pounced. That was their chance to get to him before he could get the couple inches he needed for a first down.
The Tigers getting their punt team out there. It'll be Jake Camarda doing the honors. And he's had a very busy game already, Brock. 3rd time they've called on him as he gets this away. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. Nice kick there. It's a punt of 53 yards. And they'll get ready to go on offense. Ball at the 33 for first down. They'll start the drive with Achane. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Now after the run, we see some trainers headed out for an injured player who was shaken up. Second and 3 now. They send him left out of the slot. 2nd down carry for Achane. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
I'm not kidding you, Kate. A run of that length at the NFL level, honestly, is the equivalent of a run of 15+ at the high school level. It's hard in the run game to make yards, and they just got a very successful one.
And he sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Hits him on the out. And he's going to be at midfield close to the 45 before going out. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Trying to pick it up here with Achane. And he works this to the 38 before going down. 8 yards on the gain, and the drive continues forward.
Kate, this is why coaches across all levels of football harp on the importance of good, fundamental tackling, not just to hear themselves talk. It's to make sure that when one of their guys has a chance to bring down a running back, they're able to do it and keep those plays from going any further.
And it's a nice little chunk here, 6 yards. Jermaine Pratt with the play defensively. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 32. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Did this defense ever need that or what? Just a step in some kind of right direction. Hopefully now they can build on that sack and claw their way back from this pretty slow start.
Escapes the pocket. Pressures, then he goes down again. And consecutive sacks have them staring at a tough fourth down. The Bulls sending out their punt team. And he's got a good chance to really stick him deep his first time out. Chance here for one final play before the end of the quarter. Carr now on 1st and 10. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play. We will not get another play in here. That's going to do it for quarter number 1. It's a 2-score game early. More from this one right after this. And we're back. Road offense out there and set. Let's get the second quarter started. They have 2nd down behind the sticks. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Looks like a 9-yard gain, and they'll now have a much shorter 3rd and 5 coming up. Working out of the gun, it's Carr. Sheds up, coming deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! Scooped up by the defense. Well, where one defender failed, Brock, another succeeded. He shook free of that first tackle, but the next guy not only made that hit, but knocked it loose as well.
Okay, as we saw when he broke that first tackle, he can absorb a shot, right? He's got great, what they call contact balance to absorb it and keep going. But that second hit, well, that drove the ball free and leads to this takeaway.
The Bulls back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. They're up 2 touchdowns and could make it a 3-score game here. Throwing now following the turnover. The throw is caught. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
Ritter looking to throw. That's taken in by Samuel. And this one does not go far.
How's your block shedding out there, boys? Because they need to get through some blocks to hang that screen up quickly. And they were Johnny on the spot.
3rd down run from Achane. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
You know, Kate, I like to call these body blows. Body blows. You got to be committed to running the football. Even if it doesn't move the chains, I guarantee you that wear and tear will pay dividends later.
Offense staying out there. It's 4th and 1. Trying for it, it's Achane. He breaks the tackle. And that play is brought to a halt, so they're going to say at the 5-yard line. 4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. Back now, pressure on its way. And it's caught in the end zone. Touchdown. The Bulls take a 20-zip lead. Ricky Pearsall with the touchdown. Slant route, as it does so many times every game we call, Brock. In dividends, made that touchdown look a lot easier than it was.
An uncontested release that close to the end zone spells disaster for a defense every time, Kate. You got to have a whole lot more physicality at the point of attack because a QB is always going to be looking for that short little slant near the goal line.
That one splits the uprights. And the Bulls stretch their lead to 21. Carlson all set now for the kickoff. Here's a return from the 7. He's got a lane up past the 30. And this will give them decent field position. The return gets out to the 30. This offense making its way back out now. And they're still looking for their first signs of life on offense. Haven't even been able to get a first down off this defense just yet. Carr with it on first. Throw reeled in by Mayer. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Carr off the play fake. And after some relocating there, Brock, they track him down away from the pocket. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
I know quarterbacks get paid a lot of money, a lot of glamour in this league, but today, well, this is a tough day for this QB. He's taking a beating. And whether it means changing up some of the blocking schemes, maybe mixing in a little bit of run, or heck, this quarterback getting the ball out of his hand more quickly.
Oh, they're on him, and he's dropped again. And consecutive sacks have them staring at a tough 4th down.
Okay, you can give him much of the credit for this early lead. Heck, give every player in that defense now their 4th sack of this game credit, because that ambush on the quarterback, a big reason why they're in control of this game.
Jake Camarda on the punt. And after that drive went backwards, he's going to send this one forward. And he sends this away, definitely his best kick of the game thus far. And he'll take in the fair catch just above the 35. We don't get a return out of that, but, man, it'll be their football. The Bulls and this running back headed back out for a new series. Markers reset, ball at the 37. And get that big old marker out. Cross a major number off his roadmap after that last drive. He's reached one of the marks that every back strives to hit at some point during the season. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. They'll run here. It's Zach Moss who gets it. Open space inside the 40. Down the sideline into the red zone. And he's finally hauled down at the 12. One of the game's biggest plays right there as they get the markers reset.
Coming off that carry, I'd go right back to him. Not a hotter hand on the field right now. Get that man the rock.
What a spot for a big play, huh, Brock? It has him well into the red zone now with 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, a give to A.J. And they're going to stop him after he wiggles his way forward for 2. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. They'll stick with A.J. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. He musters up 3 yards on the run. That sets up 3rd and 4. Throwing with a blitz on the way. He's on the move. And the ground game works for the touchdown. The Bulls were running away so far. We've got a 27-zip game. Just a great effort there from him, Brock, to take it upon himself, embrace the initiative, and turn that drive into 6.
You know, Kate, there was a day when you were watching Steve Young or Randall Cunningham, and that felt like a bonus touchdown. But that's not today. It feels like every quarterback's got to be able to score, be a dual threat on the ground. It's part of an offense every single team relies upon.
That one right down the middle. And the Bulls grow their lead yet again. Carlson all set now for the kickoff. On the return, here's Jones. Return's looking good so far. And it's a nice return here. They'll tackle him shy of the 35. After that return, he's looking pretty banged up out there. We're going to have a stoppage as team personnel comes out to look at him. Ball at the 33 for 1st down. Putting a receiver in motion. On 1st down, it's Gibbs. He gets it forward for a gain of 3. Brought down by Tyrann Mathieu. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7. Again, it's Gibbs. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. He musters up 3 yards on the run. That sets up 3rd and 4. From the shotgun, Carr. Defender tips that one, but he's got it. And he's going to get this up to the 45 before he's brought down. And they've got themselves another 1st and 10. They go play action here. He fires one deep down the middle. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
Hang on now. Looks like we've got an injured player out there and in need of some aid. So we'll step away briefly as they work on him. 3rd and 10. Can this offense get it done? Here's Carr. He's going to push one deep down the right. He's got it deep downfield. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down. Following that completion, remember the O-line looks to be in some pain. They're out to take a look at him now. This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Working inside the red zone. And it's caught. Touchdown! The Tigers fighting back and shaving 6 off that lead. Right on the edge of the goal line for 1st and goal. And I don't know about you, partner, but that surprised me that they just threw it in. No attempts at running it.
Yeah, I think it is so hard for these defenders. You got to be so keyed in and physically, you know you've got to stop that run first. So a 1st down pass play can and certainly was effective.
McLaughlin's extra point is up and good. And these guys cut the lead by a quarter, down now to 21. McLaughlin has it on the tee, and he's ready to send this flying. It's Keyshawn Nixon with the return. He's stopped on the return at the 27. This offense running out for a new series, led by their running back. Their last drive contained a heavy dose of the ground game, a little old-school dominance on the way to a touchdown, Brock. Let's see if they stick with it or if they go aerial this time around. They go play action on 1st. He's going deep. Run down, and at the end he loses the football. It's knocked free. It's picked up by the defense. Well, that didn't take long, Brock. One play, and they're back out there.
Well, that's how a defense can make you awfully happy as an offensive player, especially when you screw it up and you fumble. The defense picks up that offense and puts them right back on the field.
Their offense returning to the field for another possession. And they're coming off an X. So just like all touchdowns, all turnovers also reviewed, and they want to take another look at this one. Yeah, pretty bang-bang play out there. It's tough to see exactly what happened on our first look in real time.
But you know what I like here, and I do appreciate, and these officials are so good at let the play just play itself out before calling it dead. Now all the replays and the camera angles will give us such a better idea of really what happened.
So the nice defensive play, all for naught. He was down first, no fumble. A-Chain on the inside give. And he's stopped down at the 16 after a small gain. 2 on the pickup there, and it's going to be 2nd and 8. They've got a man in motion. From the 16. He'll get this to Samuel. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. So it's the 2-minute warning here from San Antonio. All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Throwing from the gun. That's caught for the 1st. Touchdown! Well, this machine has been firing on all cylinders this game, partner. And it continues firing as that lead grows yet again.
And those who've tried to get in the way of that machine you're talking about, namely the defense, well, they've paid the price over and over and over again.
Carlson to tack on the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Bulls continue piling onto this lead. Carlson all set now for the kickoff. Has this at the 6. He stopped on the return at the 27. Well, we've already seen some nice plays here, and we're going to see plenty more before this game ends. But you might be thinking, with plays like that, my guys' ratings should be better. Well, you're not alone. You got a chance to let the Madden Ratings Hotline know just what you're thinking. Give them a call, 1-844-MADDEN-1, and make your case for who should get a boost. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. A dose of the hurry-up offense here. The rush gets home, and they stick it. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their first. As they'll meet and decide what to do on this second down. Another try following the sack. Has it downfield, working the left. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. Stays. Caught him deep behind the line. Oh, the ball is out! And it's picked up by the defense.
You know, Kate, defenders today are top. Don't just forget the sack. Look at the sack and the fumble. It's become an art form. Making that strip sack, and that play was a masterpiece.
They take over on offense now pretty late in this first half. It sure seems like they've been able to score every time they've touched it this quarter, Brock, so high hopes again for this upcoming series. First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Ritter has the connection to Ridley. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Following that completion, remember the O-line looks to be in some pain. They're headed out to take a look at him now. They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. From the red zone now. Escapes the pocket. And he carries it in for the touchdown. The Bulls boat racing them to the halftime locker room. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with one end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
Carlson good on the extra point. And the Bulls continue adding on to that lead. Carlson all set now for the kickoff. Returning it from the 4. He stopped on the return at the 27. Their offense headed out now. Not much time left before the half. And we'll see if they try to establish some positive momentum before halftime here, Brock, or if they just choose to head off and lick their wounds. Throwing on first down, it's Carr. That's caught. Here comes Jahmyr Gibbs. He loses the football. Oh, the fumble jumps out of bounds. What a break there for the offense. Now we have a stoppage. No challenges inside of 2 minutes and a half, but the replay official wants to take another look at this on their own. All right, so we all know what to look for here, Brock. Where did an elbow, maybe a knee, something touch down? And as it does, is the ball loose at that point?
Yeah, throw in forearm, wrist, shin. There's no question the offensive guy's screaming something hit the ground while the defense is hoping it didn't.
So the review saves them a turnover. He was, in fact, already down when the ball came free. From the 35 on second down. That's going to be an incomplete pass on the throw to the right.
Those passes get more and more difficult as you try to get aggressive downfield. I love the call. I love pushing the ball down the field. But the windows in the throwing lanes aren't there long, and it only takes a little bit for a throw to be off.
He lofts it deep left. He drops it. Oh, a huge gain in hand, but he couldn't finish the catch.
Well, that's a major missed opportunity for the offense and a sigh of relief for the defense. Now you got to adjust a little bit, get some extra help on the back end of your defense to take those shots away.
And he can't evade the coverage team for much. They stop him before he gets really anything on that return. They send a tight end in motion. Yep, as expected, they go to the ground to start this one off. That's good yardage with a new set of downs. That brings us to the midway point with the Bulls on top in San Antonio. Now we'll toss things to Jonathan Coachman in our Orlando studios for the EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, what you got?
All right, Kate, we'll get back to you and Brock in a bit. For now, plenty of early action in the 1 o'clock Eastern window to get you caught up on. So let's get to it. It was a terrific first half from the former Cincinnati man, Desmond Ridder. How about these numbers? 3 touchdown passes plus 2 touchdown runs. Just an absolute masterclass in those first 2 quarters. The highlights from the first half, all one-sided. This one got out of hand early, and now you have to wonder how these teams will approach this second half. Because this one's already close to being in the bag, if it's not already.
Nixon now to return it. They'll bottle him up as he gets the return to the 30. The home teams and Desmond Ridder out on offense once again. And as we're reminded of some of the highlights of this game, his touchdowns ranking quite high among them. We're going to see 3 of them here, and if you're scoring like that, Brock, it normally means you've had a pretty darn good game. First and 10 now from the 30. The drive starts with a run by Moss. And he'll get it up to the 44. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
They had the first down by a comfortable margin right there. Remember that play call. Put that one away. Could be a money play for them the next time they're in a similar spot.
Ridder setting up to throw. Into the hands of Samuel, complete. And they take him down right along the 30. It's a pickup of 26. And it sets up first down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. And a lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
First and 10 now from the 30. Second half begins with a run by Achane. Has some space inside the 15. And he's going to have this all the way down to the 4. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with first and goal. They bring a tight end in motion right. First down from the red zone. And he finds him in the end zone for the touchdown. The Bulls grow the lead coming out of halftime. Well, Brock, you know this better than most. Sometimes these dudes can be a quarterback's best friend, finding the tight end in the end zone for 6.
And it really has been that way for decades when you think about it, Kate. From John Mackey to Tony Gonzalez to Travis Kelce. The position can be such a mismatch when you're throwing for the end zone.
Carlson now to add one more. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Bulls tack on 7 more to their lead. Carlson all set now for the kickoff. That's going to be taken in at the 8. And look at this return. His return reaches that 34-yard line before he stopped. The Tigers and Derek Carr about ready to get back to work. And it just feels like he's been fighting uphill since this one kicked off today, doesn't it? The mistakes just canceling out a lot of what he's been able to do offensively on the positive end of things. This defense, man, they have seized on the mistakes and made life difficult. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. Carr here from the gun. His throw finds Marvin Harrison Jr. And they'll take him down at the 43-yard line.
That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on 1st down. Textbook. It sets up 2nd and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
From the 43. This one is tipped away and incomplete. Good positioning to make a play on it. That forces 3rd down. Working out of the gun, it's Carr. Complete beyond the marker. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that'll give him a 1st down. Taken in by Harrison. And they're going to bring him down at the 36. They get an even 10 on that play. And they're going to have a 1st down. Straight ahead with Gibbs. And he runs this one down across the 35 and inside the 30. We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run, in need of some attention. 2nd and 3 now. Another one for Gibbs. And they make the stop as that play reaches the 14-yard line. That play gains 15, and it moves the sticks. All right, all set up now. 1st and 10. Carr setting to throw. It was there, but he couldn't hang on. That's incomplete.
You know, I'm not sure if he was hearing footsteps or just had a surprise break in concentration. It's so unusual to see one dropped unless there's a hit involved.
This is Gibbs on 2nd down. And he found a little room to turn it into a nice gain down to the 6. A strong 9-yard effort there, Brock, and it brings up 3rd and 1. Blitz coming, Carr. Rolling left, behind some time. And they take this in for the score. The Tigers start the 2nd half with some needed points. Derek Carr with the touchdown. Well, Brock, this one has not been good to them so far, but they are still fighting and able to get in there for 6.
Just a drive that was all about scratching and clawing. As much as anything, Kate, it was just a pride drive to go and get your job done.
That one splits the uprights. And his guys take 7 points off the deficit. McLaughlin has it on the tee, and he's ready to send this flying. Nixon now to return it. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. Their offense ready to take the field now. Well, Brock, their passing game has been the highlight for them offensively so far. 3 touchdowns and a whole lot of good plays beyond that.
And Ken, I think what we've seen is an offense who's reading the same book as the defense, just a few chapters ahead. Each time the defense tries to make an adjustment, the offense has a counter ready to go. Lesser passing games would have had some serious trouble trying to keep up with this pace.
And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Hey, even though that was an excellent run, I got to talk about the receivers here, Kate, because 9 times out of 10, you see a run like that in this league, 10 plus, you know those guys on the outside are doing their job, shining as blockers, keeping those defenders away from the back.
One play in, and already they're close to midfield. Going to the ground again on first. He finds some space again. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line. Now after the run, we see some trainers headed out for an injured player who was shaken up. They're set up at the 35 now. Back to throw now, it's Ritter. That's taken in by Samuel. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They pick up 20 yards there, and it'll give them a first down. Off the play fake, he'll throw. He brings it in. And in for the touchdown. Ooh, baby, Brock, this one has gotten well out of hand.
You think so? I think this is utter domination. Going to be a lot of questions to be answered. I'm going to guess this is a press conference the coach isn't looking forward to.
Carlson to tack on the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And they'll continue adding to their lead. Carlson all set now for the kickoff. On the return, here's Jones. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Here comes their offense out again. And as much as we thought we'd be watching highlights here, talking about this passing game, Brock, it's been the guys on the other side of the ball who've come in and stolen that spotlight.
Yeah, and in an offensive-driven league, and one that's sometimes even legislated that way, it's nice and refreshing to see a defense put together an effort like this.
Amen.
Be the ones everybody's talking about for how well they've played on their side of the ball.
Carr with it on first. That's completed right side. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. One play in, and already they're close to midfield. They'll run here on first down. And he's able to reach the 40 on that play. Now after the run, we see he's visibly shaken up. Team medical staffers headed over to take a look. New slated downs to approach here from the 40. Carr now on 1st and 10. He's on the move. He tucks it and takes off.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
That one falls to the turf. Couldn't hang on. It's incomplete.
You know, that's one of those situations you want to get your back in space. Well, you accomplish that. Unfortunately, you don't make anything happen because you don't bring the ball in cleanly.
Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up 4th down.
This defense has left its imprints all over the quarterback, and there's another one. You really can't hold it that long after the snap, Kate. It's 1,001, 1,002, and then somebody's on their way to getting you and dropping him for a sack.
On now comes their punter. And this is the 5th time he's been called upon today. And he finally gets a hold of one here. This is hit far. The offense being led back out by its quarterback as they get geared up for their next possession. And he'll be happy to keep letting it fly as much as he has all game. Look at these numbers. They show just how effective he's been in captaining this offense. Ritter looking to throw. They left him wide open. It's complete. And he takes this out after crossing the 45. Following that completion, remember the O-line looks to be in some pain. They're headed out to take a look at him now. Great start to the drive. They're up in the neighborhood of midfield after just one play. Now Ritter. Makes the grab in bounds left side. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They get 28 out of that play. And that'll be a first down.
Just about every defensive coordinator worth his salt says two things in every production meeting. Number one, well, we got to stop the run. And number two, we got to take away the tight end. Well, good luck doing that. Defending a big guy who can move like that, it's a lot easier to talk about than to go out and execute.
Throwing here, Ritter. Gets this to Woods. And he's caught after a gain of about 2. That stop made by T.J. Watt. 8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Running with A-Chain out of the gun. Gets to space right side. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They got 24 yards on the play. And that will set up first and goal. Working inside the red zone. Escapes the puck. And the ground game works for the touchdown. The Bulls piling onto the scoreboard yet again. And if you like scoring, well, no doubt this dude's been one of your favorite quarterbacks to watch this season. That is rushing touchdown number 10 on the year. And he's really had a running back's nose for the end zone every time he's taken the field. Carlson now to add one more. Extra point sent right down the middle. And they'll continue adding to their lead. Carlson all set now for the kickoff. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. The Tigers and Jahmyr Gibbs back out on offense. And his production is carried over into this second half. He keeps on running well, even with the workload they've placed upon him. They're out and set, 1st and 10. I'll start on the ground with Gibbs. He's got room to roam here. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
Best run games in this league at balance. Can run it inside, and as they just showed right there, doing damage on the outside.
From the shotgun, Carr. Got a man, Palmer has it. And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a first down. Off the gut they go with Gibbs. And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there, brought down by Tyrann Mathieu. We'll get a stoppage now. Looks like we have someone banged up after that run in need of some attention. 2nd and 6 coming up here. They'll go right side with Gibbs. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. That's going to be a gain of 6, and they need only inches now here on 3rd down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Oh, he's out of time, and they drop him. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down.
Hey, Kate, if I could make a wish to the football genie, I wish every fan could feel the force and the ferocity of a front like that getting home on 3rd and inches.
On to try the field goal now, Chase McLaughlin. Ball on the left hash, the distance 53 yards. And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. And Brock, I'd say that's more of a moral victory than something that's really going to affect the deficit much.
After I'd imagine dozens and dozens of kicks into that net on the sideline staying warm, Kate, he finally gets his chance to knock a field goal through the uprights. And of course, he wasn't going to whiff on that opportunity.
And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. The home team's headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. And you may as well call him a constant headache that this defense has had to deal with all game long. I mean, they game plan to slow down his passing work, but it's been his rushes that have really broken the spirit of this unit. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. Options are open here. It's 2nd and inches. A-chain again. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you wanted to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No 3rd down required now.
And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
2nd down carry for Achane. Breaks the tackle, green grass ahead. And finally, they're able to bring him to the ground. It's an 8-yard gain, and things looking a whole lot better now. 3rd and 3 upcoming. Here's Ritter. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. 4th down coming up.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time, well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
And something on the return, but not much, as it still ends inside the 20. Officially a 55-yard launch. And they're going to take over possession. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Carr to the air now. Complete out to the right. And he's up across the 20 before going out of bounds. Halfway to the marker. It's 2nd and 5. Carr. That throw comes up short. Need a little more muscle on that one. Marvin Harrison Jr., the intended target. And it'll be 3rd and 5 coming up. Pressure coming for Carr. And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along their route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
Punter takes the field on 4th down, and he sends this one flying. And he's getting nothing on that return. They wrap him up almost at the exact spot that he fielded that punt. This offense and their quarterback making their way back out there, ready to take over once again. And he has continued to own this defense and keep on throwing that football, partner, making this performance one that he's going to remember, but as you like to say, the defense would probably rather forget. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
Kate, don't think for a second this is time you step off the gas. You can feel this defense, right? They're on their heels. And now's the best chance to go push the envelope and get aggressive.
1st down, and they go right back to him. And not a lot of room for him as he's brought down. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9. They're going play action. Completed here to Komet. And he pushes this down to the 42 before going down. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first. Here's A-Chain up the middle. And he's only going to get 2 or 3 yards on that one.
That's the kind of run play that feels like tug-of-war at field day. And you're just not moving the other side. Just a short run. Neither side feels particularly good about it, and we'll move to the next.
And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Just 1 yard on the play, though. That leaves him with 3rd down and 6 to go. Throwing off the play fake here. Taking a big shot for the end zone. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete. Thought he had a touchdown there. And it's 4th down.
I know a DB in the stat sheet loves to see INT and not PBU, but as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible, he does the next best thing and knocks it away.
And he missed it. It's no good. And they're unable to pile another 3 onto that lead.
Something I would have never said 20 years ago, Kate, when I started this business, but it rattles through my big old noggin now. That miss really has an effect on fantasy football owners more than anybody else. Imagine the poor soul somewhere, anywhere, who ends up losing in fantasy this week, specifically because of that miss.
From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Carr here from the gun. Able to hit Palmer, complete. And he's brought down right in the neighborhood of that 40-yard line. 1st down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Working out of the gun, it's Carr. Finds a seam down the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. A new set of downs awaits him. Here's 1st and 10. Coming right is Gibbs. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
That's got to be so frustrating for the runner. You're fighting the good fight. You even rip through a tackle to stay afloat, but the blocking can't buy you enough time or room to even get back to the line of scrimmage.
Handoff running left. Here's Gibbs. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. 4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. Again, it's Gibbs. He's into the end zone. Touchdown! The Tigers making the scoreboard look a touch better. It's a Jahmyr Gibbs touchdown. McLaughlin attack on the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And these guys cut into the lead by another point. McLaughlin has it on the tee, and he's ready to send this flying. Nixon now to return it. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. This offense headed out as we get a look at their running back. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Ritter. Able to find Achane. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
Well, there was never a play in any playbook I ever saw designed for a lost yardage play when you throw the ball. But if there's any solace, at least it was 1st down. A couple more chances to make up for it.
2nd and 13. He lets one fly deep downfield. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Ritter setting up to throw. He's loaded another one up. And he's there to send that one away, incomplete.
How many times do defenders hear from their coaches, read and react, read and react? You got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and then more importantly, you got to react as he begins to throw and knock that ball away.
Punt team is on now, and they get this away. And he's brought down before the return gets far. The Tigers and Joshua Palmer set to go to work again. The kicking team got downfield quickly there. He didn't manage much on the return. And that is where they'll start the next drive. Throwing on first down, it's Carr. And not a great choice on first down. It's incomplete, nearly intercepted actually, so second down coming up. Back to the air, Carr. That's Mayer, he's got it. And that will not be enough for a first down. Short yardage situation here, it's 3rd and 2. Now Carr. Complete beyond the marker. And he'll be brought down after getting it to the 47-yard line. Following that completion, remember the O-line looks to be in some pain. They're headed out to take a look at him now. Football on that 47-yard line, first down. Throwing again, it's Carr. This ball's caught by Palmer. And he's gonna get it out past the 40 before he goes out. Nice spot here for the offense, it's 2nd and 1. From the 38. Looking right, and he finds him. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. A give left side for Gibbs. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. That brings us to the 2-minute warning in San Antonio. These guys hoping to do some window dressing in the time remaining. This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Throwing his Carr. And he's got it, so they'll pull a little ways back with a touchdown. The Tigers putting up points in a game decided. No hesitation on that throw. He got the guy he wanted right away, and he got it to him for the touchdown.
You know, it's great, Kate, to draw up plays that have all sorts of different options, but it's even better when you don't have to get to your second read. His first broke open just like they planned, and that's 6 in the end.
McLaughlin tacks on the extra point. And his guys take 7 points off the deficit. McLaughlin has it on the tee, and he's ready to send this flying. Berrios now to return it. The return manages to get just beyond the 30. The home teams are ready to go on offense, and we'll get a look at Deebo Samuel. And he finds himself across an important benchmark for yards this season after that last drive. He stayed pretty busy this season, and the numbers show just that. They run the counter to Achane. And into a sea of bodies he goes. Looks like they'll get about 3 out of it.
Got to be rush hour, Kate, because there's a whole lot of traffic up the middle right there. He ran right into some gridlock, and he could only manage a few yards at most.
Achane again on second. And solid running there gets him forward to the 39-yard line. 5 yards on the play. They could just do that again. 3rd and 2 coming up. They'll stick with Achane. Has the 1st and more past midfield. And he's brought down at the 44. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And it'll give him a first down.
That's a BYOB. You got to be your own blocker. It would have taken the entire defense piling on to stop him from getting that first down. Well done.
So hard work rewarded as they take a well-earned win in this one. And the sting of losing such a close one the week before, apparently still at the forefront of their minds. They got out there and rebounded nicely with a win this week. So that'll do it for this one. With Brock Huard, I'm Kate Scott. The Bulls winners as we bid you farewell from San Antonio.